I just add, I guess as the only woman on the stage, I do think that many other things count, and that those of us who have thought about it for more than 2 seconds will realize that A, people are extremely competitive, and they will compete about something, whatever that thing is, right? And B, the source of most people's greatest happiness is their close human relationships. And indeed, those come from communities, as John was saying before, right, largely. And so the idea that we don't monetarily reward things like child rearing or cleaning the house or whatnot, that's sort of almost incidental. In some sense, if you really think that we should pay money for everything, then you are elevating the idea of money as being, in fact, where the score is kept. Whereas, I think, again, I don't, and I think many other people don't really believe that. But it does serve as a focal point for people to compete with each other in a positive way. And one of the things I worry about is if we take away that idea of, yes, you should contribute to your society in a way that recognizes your contribution, whether that's monetary recognition or non-monetary recognition, you should contribute, you should have that. That is a foundation of people's self-esteem. If we take that away, we know what happens. People get spoiled. And it happens at the bottom of the distribution and at the top. People who inherit money and never have to work become spoiled brats. People who are born into welfare systems that just generate more and more money coming in no matter what happens, that can be bad for them as well, because inherently there's an insecurity about, am I good enough? I don't have to prove myself in any way in order to get this money. What does that mean about me? That means that I'm not expected to contribute anything? I can't? I mean, it raises all sorts of questions about the fundamental value of that person in his own mind or her own mind. And so I think, and then it starts to bleed into, well, how can I compete with others? Oh, well, I can compete in terms of how many people can I rob, or how many people can I delude, or can I do this to, or how many cars do I have, or some other non-productive competitive area. So I feel humans' competitive instinct is innate and barely manipulable, and that competing on paid work and value in society more broadly is actually not a bad way to focus the mind.
So you should have been quite convinced by my argument for jobs. When you said before that people get a lot of the value from the communities they have, quite right. A lot of the communities we have come from our work. As well, for a lot of people, their sense of accomplishment, their sense of achievement, their sense of dignity comes from being effective at a job that they think matters. So not a giveaway job that they know is fake and was just made up to make them feel better, but a job that they earned. So I think people get dignity from that. One thing I'd like to pick up, and this is, I guess, a common bugbear that all economists must have when other people talk about what they think economists think. No one thinks that people are money maximizers. Literally no one. I mean, even people far more evil than me on the evil spectrum of the preferring markets, no one thinks humans are money maximizers. Economics, we talk about people being utility maximizers, which is basically a philosophical wank word for saying happiness maximizers. Right? So we understand that very well. And the goal of getting people a job, to my mind, isn't that we need to make sure everyone gets as rich as possible. I say this to you as someone who hasn't had a proper full-time job for 16 years, intentionally, because I like spare time. And yet at the same time, I know that a job is very important for the well-being of people that are falling through the cracks at the moment.